Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Foundation. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because I'm certainly excited to be back. Things in Nerdsboro are going fairly well. No pun intended, we just finished a well. Is that a pun? I don't know. Whatever. There you go. You're welcome. I have a button that I can press to do that, so... You're welcome. There have been a couple of small changes between... Oh, God. Oh, I'm going to move on from that. I'm sorry. I'm cracking myself up probably a lot more than anyone watching this. There have been a couple of small changes between episodes. I've built another couple of wells around the place. I've also gone ahead and added another entrance to this fort over here, which I think is going to be kind of useful because it means this market up here can get access to the warehouse a little bit quicker. And we're also working on a third windmill for the two farms over here. So hopefully that will help to get a little bit more food going. Now, in the last episode, I mentioned that I'd be live streaming between that episode and this one. I didn't do that. I wound up just streaming Apex Legends pretty much all day, like a day ago. So that was a thing. It was fun, but it wasn't Foundation, so we didn't actually get much done there. But I did look at the comments on the last episode, and I did see a little bit of frustration because I was talking about extraction zones, and it turns out I removed the extraction zone from this berry spot just here. I have since fixed that, and I have added it to the berry sites just out there and out there as well. So that has been sorted. But I saw another comment that I think was kind of useful. It was from Amoeban or something like that. I'm butchering the name. It's what I do. So Amoeban said, the red/green background when you do your zoning shows how attractive the area is. You can see what residential areas need, such as wells and markets. And I've known about this, I've just not used it. And I feel like an idiot for not using it, because we can clearly see these guys, I mean, they have a well up here and they have a well down there, but these guys in here, there's a lot of, there's some lacking going on here. Over by this market here, there's actually a lot of desirability. So it turns out the markets don't have, well, actually in saying that, this area is quite desirable as well. It does seem though like the markets don't have the widest range to them, so we might very well need to throw another market in here, which I suppose we could do. I suppose it wouldn't hurt. Getting it nice and central would be ideal, I think. So what I'm going to do is, I think, go in here. We're going to take out this residential zoning in this little space. So we're just going to take that out of there completely. And I guess I could take it off that road as well. So just something like that. Something a bit like that as well. And this can basically just be a little market, I guess. We'll just do something kind of nice in there. Make a nice little market for people to go to get their food, to get their clothes, to get whatever they need. And hopefully this will solve some of our problems. So we'll just clear that out. We're also going to bulldoze that house, or, well, that was all one house. Okay, fair enough. Didn't realize that was one house. And then in terms of buildings, we are going to need technically 5 market stalls in here because we are getting deer at this point. Well, I guess we'll see if we can fit 5 market stalls in here. Let's start with 1 food stall, and I'm thinking the entrance to this is going to be down here. So let's start with, let's see here. Can I do this? So 1, and we're gonna have to have these quite close together. 2, and then similar angle for 3. And then a 4th one on this side for food, for the deer. And then I guess the goods stall, that's a sign, the goods stall on this side for the clothes. That might need to come in a little bit. I'm not entirely sure how well this is going to work. I do like having it all compact like this, though, so I'm gonna try my best. So something like that, and bring you in a little bit. All right. So that kind of works. Can I put tents on this, though? So I want the green tent. Not really. So a green tent right there. I'm going to have to move the paths a little bit, I think. Then the blue tent. Yeah, I think this is going to be green and blue, this one. So give me the green tent and the green tent. And that looks all right to me. Doesn't look terrible. I'm going to try and move that in a little bit. Move this one in a little bit more. Move this one in a little bit more as well. So something like that. Not perfectly lined up, but kind of does the job. And I think that'll do. That looks okay for a little market. So let's add in some fences just along the front, I guess. Or maybe we should try and line the back with fences. That way we stop people from going around all awkwardly. So there, and why have I got the game paused while I'm doing this? I've just realized I should undo that. So that fence can go there. And yeah, I think I will try and line the entire kind of outside of this with fences. An envoy from the Image One is requesting an audience. I will deploy my troops, fear not. They will go, they will fight your war, and you will pay me handsomely for it. Absolutely. Off they go. Off they go. They can gather and then head out to battle. As for the market, well, the market is under construction. It's going to take a little while, but it's under construction and it's going to be glorious. Something I am a little bit curious about right now is how exactly I'm going to get people working in there, because I'm not entirely sure I have that many people that are unemployed. I have none. So we need... Well, what's our religious capacity here? So 70. That is 90. And then that is 110. 150. Do we really have people that can't get to, Oh, interesting. So we do, in fact, need another church. Okay. So we do need to build another church. That's a bit of a pain, but I guess we're going to have to, regardless. I might build it up here. I might actually build a rustic church up there. Or I suppose I could build kind of a nice church out this way. This area is relatively flat. I mean, no one lives near there. They have to walk a serious distance to get to the church, but... Well, I guess this area could work too. I would like to find a nice space for up here. Up here is going to have to work, I think. So let's go to public buildings and go to... I'm going to do a proper church. I'm thinking a proper church. And I'm thinking this one's going to be stone. We've done red, we've done blue. Let's do a stone one. So... right about there. Can I get another core on that? I absolutely can. It's not the same height, but now it is. So we're immediately at 40 in terms of capacity, which is beautiful. Extension-wise, I would very much like to throw... I actually quite like how that looks. So can I throw another one on this side? I totally can. Are they the same height? They absolutely are not. That's great. Can I get that one to be the same height? That actually looks pretty good to me. So those are not the same height. That gives us a capacity of 50. Round tower. I'm thinking probably not going to do that. I mean, it kind of looks okay there. No, it looks terrible. Never mind. Big tower. So the big tower is obviously going to go sort of right here, right at the end, the way it always does. Just so it looks absolutely fantastic and, you know, obviously a church. Looks a little strange there, I'll be honest, but... Actually, I wonder, could I put it on this side? Is that an option? Like, put it there and then put the door on the tower? Is that a thing I can do? It is! Okay, door on the tower. That's what we're going to do there. And we have this weird extension at the back, which is... peculiar, to say the least. Could I put some stained glass on this front? I absolutely can. I don't know if we have stained glass, but we will soon find out. And then could I put this on here? I actually can as well, but that looks terrible. So we're probably not going to do the round extensions. As for the arches, I think we're probably going to avoid those as well. Yeah, there's not a lot we can do with those. We have still got the round tower, which I'd really like to do something with someday. I just don't know. I don't know what I would do with the round tower. I can sort of like shove it in there a little bit. But even that looks a bit strange. I think this will do. It's not, you know, it's not the most beautiful looking thing. I'm going to put a gargoyle up there as well. I'm going to put this one's going to have nothing but gargoyles. That's what I'm thinking here. Nothing but gargoyles in this one. I'd very much like to rotate the gargoyle to get it to sit where I want it to sit, which is not facing that way, but okay. Tell you what, can I just put a gargoyle there? And one, oh no, that's actually facing the wrong way as well. Interesting. Okay, we're just having the one gargoyle there. It's going to look over the town. Looks a little strange, but I kind of like it. Could I, by chance, sneak another extension on there? No. Well, actually, technically, yes. Just looking at that. I actually technically could. What about stained glass? Is that an option for this? No. That's also slightly floating, so... yeah, we're not doing that. I think that looks okay, though. It's definitely a bit weird, but it does the job, so we'll start construction. And I guess we're going to make sure it's not set to a priority, because this market kind of needs to be the priority here. And I guess we should also turn on immigration again to bring in workers. Now, the good news is we are actually up to 82 on happiness. So something's working. I'm not sure what, but people are, I guess, getting food, getting clothes. Some people are lacking housing, which sucks for them. I guess we could fix that as well. I would throw residential zoning in here if I wasn't going to do the castle. See, that's the problem we have. I guess we could do you know what? Residential up here seems... that seems doable. Around the keep. I guess we could do that. Not sure what this is. What is this light blue area? Like, is that just an extraction zone? I think it is. Oh, it's an extraction zone layered on a residential zone. Okay. Well, we can clear that out. We don't really need any of that to be an extraction zone there anymore. So let's just clear that off of there. And I will oh no, we do need it to be an extraction zone right there. So you to there. We could probably get another stone cutter. Not that we need one, but we probably could get away with another one. Anyway, let's throw some residential zoning just here. I'm not wanting to go too crazy with this because obviously... oh, you know what? I am going to go a little crazy with it. I know we have a keep right there, but that keep isn't going to be staying. So I'm kind of going to allow this to just build sort of wherever it wants. That keep at some point is going to go. It's just there for the splendor right now. So we'll just sort of cut around the warehouse at least. And then let them build wherever they like. That's kind of my plan. So just cut that out. And that looks okay. So we'll let some people build some houses up there on the hill next to the keep. A house is upgrading. Where is it? It was this one. Oh, look at you getting all fancy. That's good news. That's fantastic news. It means that they're actually happy in here, which I'm really happy about. So that's fantastic. Now let's see. What are we looking at here? Still a bit of wood to be brought over. But this is coming along. And it looks like people are using the little entrance here, so that's good news as well. There we go. Oh, I'm excited about I'm actually really excited to get this new market going. Because hopefully this area is all going to start upgrading as well. It is just a little bit strange that you need markets sort of so frequently. That is a little bit odd. Unless the markets are maybe designed to be like wider than I'm making them. Like maybe I should be spreading out individual stalls every now and then rather than doing like little clusters like this. But I think little clusters like this look fantastic. So, you know, that's what I'm going to keep doing. A house down here has upgraded. They're in a high desirability area. Fair enough. Another house upgrading up here as well. Look at you. This makes me happier than I think it should. I love looking at this. I really do. I really, really do. Another house upgrading again. Okay. Now, we do need workers in this mill here, and I'm wondering if I should have the two new villagers working it, or if I should hold off on it and let them work at the market instead. I'm sort of tempted to say it should be the market, because I think the market's a little bit of a higher priority. Although another market is going to consume more food and is going to consume more goods, so it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky. Whatever the case, the last bits of wood are being brought over for this thing, which means we've got nothing but cloth left to be brought here. And I think it looks all right. I like the little pattern. I like the blue, green, blue. And then over here, I like the blue, or the red, blue, red, and all that. I think it looks pretty good. And I guess this is a different market. It's a little bit of a cluster on its own in the middle of a residential area, so kind of makes sense that it would be a little bit different. I've also just noticed how low that tent actually goes there. Fair enough. Fair enough. Now let's see. Let me go to trade real quick, because we need to start buying glass. We are going to need 10 glass, and that's going to be quite expensive, but we're going to do it anyway. And let's see. We aren't actually trading leather or deer right now. We probably should be, although I don't know how much of that we actually ever have at any point. Although we aren't using leather right now, so maybe we should just sell all of it. That seems like a pretty good way to get a little profit going there. Now let's see. This market's actually done. So sell berries, sell bread, sell fish, and sell deer, and then sell clothes. And I guess we're just going to need to slowly fill this up as best we can. That's kind of where we're at. Unless we go to the workplaces and maybe say that we need more foragers as well. We could maybe say that we don't need as many miners right now. We're probably fine having one or two less of those. We could probably do without a woodcutter for the time being. We are going to need to go in and fill up all of those jobs again, but at least this way, this little market is up and running completely and will hopefully do amazing things. If we have a look at desirability, suddenly that whole area is very desirable. So I imagine we're going to see some upgrading around here very, very soon as well, which would be absolutely beautiful. I'm also realizing that I've made quite the shape. I have made quite the shape with this church. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, what's done is done. Oh boy, that's terrible. I am a terrible human being. Hey. Let me see here. Less people lacking food is brilliant news. Still lacking clothes, though. So I'm wondering if we maybe do need more. I mean, let me see here. We have a lot. We have a lot of cloth. I'm thinking we just need another tailor's workshop. So let me do that. Let me get another tailor's workshop over here. Where can I put it, though? I guess I could put it just next to this one. Just have two of them right next to each other. I guess that doesn't hurt. Can I get the buildings to, like, touch? I sort of can. And I actually sort of like that. Yeah. Let's just do that. Let's prioritize it. And let's maybe make it less of a priority than the church. Just because I think the clothing situation kind of needs to be fixed as soon as possible. So hopefully that'll do it. I mean, like we can see, we have a lot of cloth. Right? That's kind of where we're at. We have so much of it. So I think we can make this work. Well, the new tailor is done. We have some clothes in storage here. We have 42 overall, apparently. So that's good. We're not doing so good with money, but it seems like people are generally happier. It definitely seems like it. We've also got this third windmill fully staffed, so hopefully we'll see some good things come out of those 3 windmills. This over here is working the way I wanted it to. I mean, people are going to the market, they're getting things, they're getting food. The general desirability of the area is higher than it was. So hopefully that will continue to be the case. Up here, there's a whole bunch of houses being built, which is actually kind of interesting and kind of fun as well. Although I'm looking at this and realizing residential desirability drops off a little bit out there. So, I mean, I'm thinking I'm honestly going to paint that as a large residential zone anyway. But I think we are also going to need to, we're also going to need to make sure that we have a market out there as well, because that whole area, if it develops, will just not have one at all. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on, that area out there. Let's see, help the king, help the clergy. I'm keeping it all. We really don't need more points right now. We're kind of okay on that front, if I'm completely honest. I really don't think we need more points. Now let's see, how's this going? So, stone's on its way. This is actually nearly kind of done. I'm going to prioritize it over the houses around here because I kind of want that done sooner. Because as it stands, we are, more people are coming in, but we still don't necessarily have the churches for all of them. So let's give this another quick count. 70. And then what is this one? 70, 40, 110, 130, 150 plus 50, I think. Yeah, so we can have up to 200 people here now, which is good. That's fantastic news. Up to 200 villagers. We have another envoy as well. I will deploy my troops. Image 1 is never done being attacked. They must be terrible, terrible people, but they pay well, so it's quite okay by me. That's a horrible... They're terrible people, but they pay well, so it's fine. Yeah, that's yeah, okay. That's a sentence I just said. Oy. I think I'm terrible people now, technically speaking. Technically speaking, you know what I mean? Anyway, let me see here. There's actually no wheat or bread in here at all right now. That's a little bit of a concern. A little bit of wheat in there. Some flour kind of just sitting around in there as well. Interesting. Very, very interesting that there's just flour sitting around. I think I do need to spend some time with this game, just looking at it and analyzing and figuring out how the AI works, because I would very much like to know. Because I had this theory, I had this thought that perhaps there's a system where, and I don't know if this is true. I want to clarify, I really don't know if this is true. But I'm wondering if perhaps there is a system through which two different individual people, I guess, can say, I want this thing. And then they both go to the same location to get it, but the location only has one of the thing. So, say, someone from here, say someone living in this house here, right, wants to go, this is the person that's going to go up here and get flour, for example, right? And then someone in this house wants to go get flour and for whatever reason decides they're going to that windmill as well. I'm wondering if the person in this house obviously gets there first and goes about their business. I wonder if this person would still go to the windmill. And that's the point at which the game would go, oh, there's nothing here, give them another task. I don't know if that's true or not. I really don't. I know some games, I can't remember the games that did it. I think SimCity 2013 might have done something like that. I think they did something like that with housing. The Sims in SimCity 2013 didn't have fixed houses. They would basically go to the nearest available job and then from that job back to the nearest available house. I think, if I remember correctly. Again, might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not on that one. So I'd be curious to see if this game had a similar system. It certainly might. It might not, but you can never be too sure, and that could certainly be a a source of a little bit of trouble. Interesting, they've built the stained glass window before finishing construction of the structure. That's quite fascinating. Huh. That's impressive, if anything, really. That is quite impressive. As for the general construction, I'd really quite like to see this thing done sooner than later. Because the longer we hold off on that, the longer we're holding off on, well, everything else as well. We're holding off on all of these houses. Now, let's see here. How's this looking for clothes? Actually does have pretty good storage. You know, I'm almost thinking I'm going to add another warehouse here. I just want to test something. I want to test my theory about warehouses and individual resources. So if I put a warehouse there, and I put a warehouse there. Yeah, let's do that. So 2 warehouses, one for wool, one for cloth, and then this one can be for clothes. I'm just curious to see what that does. I want to test this. I think it's a valid test to do. I've had a few people telling me that I shouldn't do this, and it's not necessarily the right idea, but I'm curious. Well, the church is done, and I like to think it looks pretty good. We also had a couple of villagers leave due to unhappiness, but that's completely unrelated. The church looks fantastic. That'll hopefully help things out. It's got its window, it's got its gargoyle, it's got its tower. I like it. It's different to the other ones, and yeah, I think it looks pretty good up there, honestly. I do think it looks pretty good up there. As for these warehouses, they're doing a pretty good job, honestly. They are kind of full, which is what we were going for. This one here, not so much, but that's fine, I guess. I'm not too sure if that's fine, but that's fine. Probably. It'll hopefully fill up. I mean, there's 2 tailors right there, so I imagine it will fill up at some point. This market's actually quite interesting. I've just noticed that the little path leading into it seems to be completely, well, non-existent, actually. It's a little bit worrying, I'm going to be honest. It's got nothing in there. It's as if this market's not even being used, which I can't help but feel it might not be. Like, have I done something here to completely block it in to the point that it can't be used? I'm wondering if my fencing has done more harm than good. Can I edit this? Could I like take out the I just take out the fences, move the, let's see, could I move the benches as well? Does that maybe help? Does that open it up a little bit? I feel like the answer is a solid no. There's been nothing sold this week, despite, 5 people working here and resources being relatively nearby. Have I accidentally put it in a... No, I've not really put it in anything. It's not in a forbidden land. It's just being completely ignored. Okay, then. What have I not done to this market? Have I, like, they are all working. What? I'm a little confused. I'm noticing a little bit of a path there. Are the fences just blocking it completely? Let me have a look at this one over here. Can they... Oh, you know what? I think it might be. I have a feeling my fences have done more harm than good. Hold on here. I think we need to edit this quite substantially. Well, this seems to have done it. I mean, people are using the market. They're going in, they're buying things. It actually probably looks a little bit better than it did before anyway, with the addition of some trees and some little sort of accents around the place. So this is good. This market is actually getting used again. Happiness seems to be climbing a little bit. Brilliant news right there. Over here, these are very, very much getting used. Good lord, that's a lot of wool. This right here not getting used as much as I'd like, but that's probably okay. We can certainly make that work at some point. But I think, and I do want to stress that I think the happiness situation may very well have been resolved here. At least for the time being. There's still houses going up way up here, and they are going to need a little bit more in the way of happiness. Though apparently, I mean, they are happy. These guys out here, a little bit less happy. Actually, a lot of houses out there as well. So let's go ahead just while we are here. And we can, let's see, where can I put this well? We'll throw a well just there. And I'll throw one just sort of over here as well. And that'll hopefully cheer up those areas just a little bit. Let's see. What do you want? What do you want? Bread? No, I'll help my people. Why not? There you go. We help the people. We didn't need to help the people, but we help the people because we're nice like that. And I think, like I said, I think we may, if we haven't fixed the happiness problem, which looking at the number of people needing food, we probably haven't fixed it, we are at least on the right path to fixing it. So, ladies and gents, I think that's going to do us for today. I'm fairly confident in saying that we are on the right path to fixing things. This area here is almost completely cleared out of trees as well, so within an episode or two, I think we could probably get to work on the castle, which I have some ideas for. I definitely have some ideas for. I think we might honestly spend an episode. I might do like a time-lapse style episode of designing the castle, because I kind of want to do as much detail on it as I can. Like, I think I want to like have everything in it. I want to put everything in there. Like, I want to build the castle out of monastery parts. I want to put a keep in there. I want to put a proper Lord's Manor in there. I want to put the herb garden in there. I want to put warehouses and like tailors and just everything. I want everything to go inside this castle. You know, I want wells, I want towers, I want keeps. I want to build a church inside of it. I want to build, well, we'll not build a farm inside of it, but you know what I mean? We're going to try and build everything inside the castle. So it might end up being a time-lapse episode where we just build this huge thing, or at least design it, and then over the course of the next couple of episodes, actually let it get built. Now, speaking of building things, I think it might be time to approve construction of this. It's going to take a while, but we might as well get it started. So, yeah, let's have that go ahead. Maintenance cost of what? Of 156. Maintenance cost of 156. We're going to need to send a lot more soldiers on a lot more missions to actually get this thing, you know, to be paid for nicely, but that's fine. We'll get the monastery started. We'll see what happens with it. We'll see what comes of it, because it's gonna take a long time in itself. So if this will give us an idea of just how long the castle will take to build. Either way, ladies and gents, I'm rambling a little bit, so that is going to do us for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like in the video. If you disliked it, then dislike it and leave a comment telling me why. If you're interested in that kind of time-lapse episode thing that I talked about, do let me know in the comments as well, because I think it could be very, very interesting to do, you know, maybe 2 or 3 hours of designing and speed it up and do a little commentary, kind of in the style of the Let's builds that we used to do in the channel. But with that in mind, thank you very much for watching. It's been my pleasure as always, and as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.